Jack Harlow was supposed to be one of the biggest rappers out, with some fans going as far as saying he's the next Drake. But after a disappointing album rollout, people have turned on Jack Harlow, and it's ruining the momentum his career had so far. Stick around to see how major expectations are leading to the fall off of Jack Harlow. The rapper blew up out of nowhere when his single Whats Poppin began to reach chart-topping success. Jack Harlow was bashed by some fans because they believe he blew up due to a major push from his label, so he began to be labeled as an industry plant. Despite this not being the case, Jack Harlow ignored the hate and began to make a name for himself after one of his songs called Tyler Hero took off. But when Jack Harlow hopped on Lil Nas X's massive hit song Industry Baby, it really made the rapper a household name whether people liked it or not. Although his pop-like rap hits helped him reach a large audience, Jack Harlow's personality also had a big part in building his insane popularity. Anytime he's on camera, he's able to be naturally funny and a charming person. Overall, he's just a genuine person that fans can relate to. To top it off, many women find him attractive, so that draws them to listen to his music. And to be honest, women make a majority of his fan base. Even some hip-hop fans began to change their mind on Jack Harlow after songs like Nail Tech and his feature on Kanye's Donda 2 showed people that he's actually a talented lyricist. Jack had reached every demographic of rap fans, so it makes sense that it led to a massive buildup of hype behind the rapper's music. So when Jack announced his album Come Home, The Kids Miss You, he had the potential to become one of the biggest rappers in the world, depending on how fans reacted to his album, with features from big artists like Drake, Lil Wayne, Pharrell Williams, and Justin Timberlake. It'd be hard for Harlow's album to be anything but a commercial success. When the sales forecast for Come Home, The Kids Miss You had high predictions of 180,000 in the first week, it really wasn't a surprise, and it seemed somewhat accurate. But when Jack Harlow's album dropped, the fan reception he got was one that was straight out of a rapper's worst nightmare. After only a day or so of the album being out, people began to have viral tweets bashing Jack Harlow for how absolutely trash the album was. Some posts even got over 100,000 likes, which shows the majority of people feel the same way. It's hard to imagine how a rapper goes from what some dubbed as the next Drake, and then, in just 24 hours after an album release, he's being called trash and overrated. But after a quick listen or two, Jack Harlow's new album, it's pretty easy to see how people went from liking his music to absolutely hating it. The project has no unique sound or interesting tracks that make it stand out. For the most part, Jack has the same monotone and bland flow throughout every song. There are a few tracks that stand out, but for the most part, every song is pretty bad. But the worst part about this project is the subject matter, since a lot of his lyrics are aimed towards women. For example, in his song called Side Piece, he literally just raps about all the side women he has in his life and dedicates the song to them. It's fine for him to try and please a major demographic of fans, but when he entirely misses other parts of his fan base, then it's probably not gonna go over well when his album comes out. When it comes to the charismatic, funny, relatable traits that Jack Harlow has, they instantly disappear through the entirety of Come Home, The Kids Miss You. Even Jack's talent for lyricism that he has briefly shown is thrown out the window, with lots of his songwriting being very amateur or even cringy at some points. With all these mistakes made, it's not surprising he only sold 110K the first week, which is 70K less than what he was projected to sell. But the issue isn't the failed commercial success it had, but rather the disappointment people felt after the album's release. Since Jack Harlow had such high expectations and they weren't met, tons of fans are hating on him and even turning their back on the rapper. After all, the higher a rapper is put on a pedestal, the worse the backlash is going to be when they fall short of pleasing fans with their album. It's clear to see that Jack Harlow has lost all the hype that he had before releasing Come Home, The Kids Miss You, and the effects are going to last for the rest of his career. Chance the Rapper and Roddy Ricch are prime examples of how careers can have dramatic fall-offs when expectations for an album are not met, and Jack's case is very similar to both of theirs. It won't be impossible to come back from, but Jack Harlow is going to have to work hard to get his fans back on his side. The best option is to lay low and return with some music that all demographic of fans are going to respect and want to hear. This is how big fan expectations turned Jack from the most loved to the most hated rapper.